Hi, I'm Mike Hughes. Okay, I appreciate you purchasing the AR bolt. I'm going to show you a quick install video. Basically, the SIRT training pistol was built from the ground up because it's convenient. The SIRT bolt is fit to retrofit to your AR. So basically, you can use your lower and your upper. Now, the trick with that is trying to finesse to have one bolt fit every lower and every upper and trigger group out there. So this video is designed to help you along to make the install. So let's get started on it. Basically, you have your AR-15, and what we want to do is pop it open. And first step is just to remove your charge handle and bolt, something that every AR owner has done quite frequently, and take out the charge handle. All right. Basically, this is a good time to mop it out if it's very dirty. Make sure there's no debris or anything within the actual internal portion of your upper, and inspect your lower receiver region down here. Now, further, there are different kind of lowers, as everyone well knows. Take a general inspection of this interior portion of your lower, and what we really need to have is clear access in this region to your rear portion of your trigger. The basic operation of this bolt is that your hammer is held rearward and out of play, and this movement of your trigger is what's going to activate the trigger pin. So let's just get started and get the installation going. So grab your bolt, let's unscrew it and get the components. Basically, you do have your adjustment hex as well as the trigger bar assembly. The basic operation of your trigger bar assembly is that it is going to fit over your safety, and the lower foot portion of this member is what engages the rear part of your trigger. So you may have to customize this foot portion in order to make it fit and work with your specific lower and your trigger group. Okay, this particular AR-15 we have is the M&P model. Now, some idiosyncrasies with this model is this rear portion is not milled out. All right, every AR-15 lower is a little bit different, and of course every trigger group's a bit different. And of course, there's a lot of aftermarket triggers and what have you. So basically, with this particular setup with an M&P, it's a little bit unique in that it doesn't fit around the safety in a normal fashion magnetically. So what we're going to do is just position it in the rearward portion and make sure this pin region is extending upward. All right. Once we have that in place, basically now we take the bolt and I'm going to insert that into the upper receiver, as so. So you want to make sure it's fit all the way in and substantially flush in this rear portion. All right. Okay, next step is we want to make sure that the hammer is all the way rearward and jacked back. Okay, don't have the hammer up, but actually have it in a backward position. All right. Okay, now with the hammer back and the trigger bar in an upward orientation, what we have to do is align the top part of that trigger bar with the hole up in the SIRT bolt. All right. This is going to be a little bit tricky at first. You're going to have to basically align it as such and go ahead and snap it together. Okay, I was a little bit lucky there. It had to be lined up, but as it comes together, you may have to basically find that hole and jam it on in there. Now, you're really not ready to go yet. At this phase, the trigger bar is not adjusted because that trigger bar jacks up and hits a sear member within the bolt, which breaks, and that length has to be adjusted, particularly for your AR. So we're going to try this right now. As you can see now, this actually works, where I'm getting the break and I'm getting the shot indication. Now, if it doesn't work, which it most likely will not, what you have to do the first time you use this is you're going to have to adjust this trigger bar pin, which means you're going to have to withdraw it and basically unscrew it to make it longer, or screw it in a little bit to shorten up that distance. If it is not working, the laser does not come on when you pull the trigger, then what you may have to do is just give it like a half turn or so and lengthen that pin. If you put it together and the red or green laser comes on, then it's too long and it's already breaking that sear member, so you're going to have to open it up, screw this righty-tighty, shorten that pin, and then try again. All right. That being said, If you make a slight adjustment, go ahead and reposition the housing of the trigger bar. Make sure the hammer's jacked back and close it on up. Snap the rear pin in place. The safety still works. It's completely functional. You will notice that the red bolt is through the ejection port. You can't close the ejection port, so you know it doesn't have a live fire bolt at this time. You can go ahead and begin your training.